So we're back with another CLS video, and today we're gonna do a bunch of exterior modifications that we didn't get to last time. We're gonna be installing, oh my god, freaking playing. We're gonna be installing some carbon fiber side skirt extensions, a carbon fiber front lip, and some new wheels. We got Adam and B back here today to help us out with these installs. And you guys wanna go over what parts we got here today?
Well, we just got the carbon fiber front lip. Last week we had a different one, but it wasn't fitting correctly. So just to make sure the quality was up to par, we went ahead and ordered something a little bit different from a different supplier. And as a bonus, we went ahead and threw these carbon fiber side skirts as well. So that'll just give it that really, really unique lip, just because a lot of people have the front lip, but it's really rare that you see these cars with the side skirt extensions on it too. So we're really excited to transform this car into something different.
Yeah, guys, this is gonna look awesome. And then Adam also brought back the engine covers from getting the Hydrodipped done, so we gotta show those too.
All these.
So this is something that we weren't able to install last time when we did the video because they just weren't ready yet. But this is really gonna snazz up the engine bay quite a bit, and it just is gonna match the overall theme of the car with the silver and carbon that we're going for. So
yeah, these were done by my really good buddy Ricardo over at Hydrodipped Concepts. Amazing stuff that comes out. With Hydrodipped, it's like totally customizable. You can do anything you want. You can do pink carbon, orange carbon, whatever. The sky's the limit.
Huge shout out to Hydrodipped Concepts for doing this for us. We'll put their Instagram handle in there so you guys can hit them up and get some stuff done. It really looks amazing. It looks like it should have looked from the factory. It looks like OEM. Yeah, that's crazy, man.
A little later.
So what we did, we just got the car up on jack stands, got it leveled. So, I mean, if we put on the lift, we wouldn't be able to put the side skirt extensions on. So, and we're taking the wheels off because we're actually gonna put the refinished wheels back on. So, yeah, just getting it broken down to get it rebuilt back up.
What's up, guys? Sorry for the brief interruption for today's video, but I wanted to let you know we're doing a giveaway. We're doing a $100 giveaway in either merch or performance parts. It doesn't cost anything to get entered. All you have to do is follow us on social media, which is pretty easy. So everyone who's watching this right now should be doing this. Take advantage of this, guys. There is no cost to enter. Once again, the link's in the description. Go ahead and maybe you'll be the winner.
That's what we're doing. We got some acetone. We're gonna clean the surface off just to prep it, since we are going to put some double side tape to help hold it, but it's going to be held on with self-tapping screws. And also you want to make sure that you clean the skirt. There's so much road debris and grime. Clean it off or else the tape is there. And tape's just there to help you hold it and line it up. So, just go from there.
Tons of different double stick tapes. Never tried this stuff before.
Just in time, Rick saved the day. The tape doesn't really do much as far as holding these side skirts up. The screws do that job. The tape is more so just for when we're setting it and getting it fitted to where we want it to be, so that it'll hold it while we go through and tape it or screw it all in.
Yep, need some good screws or else you'll be screwed. It's like a self-tapper. I think it's about an inch self-tapper. We'll use these on the side skirts and use these on the front lip too. Anything too long, you don't want it to go where it's not supposed to.
That's what she said.
So we just finished up the passenger side. What we're doing now is the driver's side. We laid the piece of tape down to assist in holding it. And then what B did, he drilled some pilot holes, because at the ends we want to tuck them up good. And the surface area we have here, it doesn't work too well. So this allows us to countersink a screw better.
What do you think so far, Evan?
This thing has come a long way. Like when Rick first got it, I was like, man, you're getting a dad mobile. And it still is a dad mobile, but like the carbon trunk, all the carbon little bits, and then the wheels. Did you already show them the wheels?
Those ones?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Had those rebuilt, repolished, like, and now it's like 500 plus horsepower. Woo! This thing is pretty cool. It's pretty cool. I like it. Good M5 replacement.
Yeah, we had to redo the spoiler just because there wasn't any acetone around to clean it off when we prepped last time for the install.
Contamination.
So on one of the edges of the spoiler it started to peel up a little bit. So we just peeled off the whole thing to just redo everything, just to make sure all of it is good this time, 100%. So I'm gonna go ahead and set this on there and just make sure it sticks down this time. Hopefully it's good for 200 miles per hour this time. I'm just going ahead and putting these pilot holes in here. That way when we go to put it on, when we screw it in, we're able to minimize the gaps by sucking the lip up as close as we can to the bumper. Without these, it would look a lot sloppier, and so that's why we take a little bit extra time just to drill these out to make it easier for us putting it on. Alright, just do 2 more on the other side and then we should be good to throw this on.
Yeah, just prepping again, cleaner on a rag, cleaning the bottom so when we put the tape it's going to help it hold, it'll actually hold. Okay, so then here drying a little bit, good.
Look at that, man. It's insane. What a difference.
Just taking off these engine air filter covers so that we can swap out the new ones that we got Hydrodipped. We got a little carbon fiber action going on. So we're just gonna do that so that it matches all the rest of the carbon fiber that we threw on the car. Ricardo from Hydrodipped Concepts is the one who did all the work. He does all of our hydro dipping. If you need anything done, feel free to hit him up. He does really good work. And he also stands by his work, so you're in good hands when you're with him. These filters are still new, so we don't gotta change them out. Last time we were to change them. So I'm gonna take off this bracket. Just grab a screwdriver. These clamps are supposed to be a one-time use only. But if you finesse them the right way, you can use them again. Pop it off. Twist these out. So that's all the engine cover is. And this is the one that we're going to be putting on there. As you can see, the finish. It's really, really nice. Safe for under the hood. The engine temperatures doesn't really affect it. So just pop that on there like so. And then to reset this clamp, we're just going to lock it in there. Like so. So that's locked on there good now. And we can go ahead and put this air filter back onto it. So off of this old one, we're going to go ahead and take all these screws out so we can transfer them to the new one. Cool thing about the Hydrodipped too is that this is done in the carbon fiber, but he's able to do the prints in any style that you really want. So if you wanted to do like a Mario Kart racing or a Hello Kitty, even like whatever you want printed on there, so it allows you to just get really custom with it. So a lot of guys do the carbon fiber, and other times people will get artistic and do other stuff with it too. What are some that you've done before, Adam, other than the carbon fiber, like other prints?
Like ammunition, like the M16 bullet, and it's like ghosted skull. It had a pearl in it, pearl metallic. So when the sun hit it, it would look like a custom painted Harley. And then what'd you have?
On mine, which I still have. It's lasted to this day, probably 2 or 3 years now. I've had it under the hood and it still doesn't peel or anything. It's like some skulls. It's called the gambler print, but it's just like the skulls, rolling the dice, stuff like that. So just a quick tip with these engine air filter covers, when you're tightening these down, especially when they're hydro dipped, it's important that you don't torque these screws down too tight, because as they hit the engine air filter cover, it could crack the clear coat if you tighten it down too tight. So all you need to really do is just get it down snug. You're not gonna have any vacuum leaks or anything like that. Just tighten it down enough to where it's on there and then just stop. Because if you keep going, you're gonna mess up the finish, and that's your fault, not ours.
All right, so the new engine covers are installed and they look freaking insane. Look at this. So this is actually Hydrodipped. This was done by Hydrodipped Concepts here in San Diego. Shout out to those guys. The link will be in the description so you can get your own stuff done. They can pretty much do anything with Hydrodip. I decided to go with this carbon look just because the rest of the car was all carbon and silver was kind of the theme of everything. And I think it looks awesome, and I think it really complements the car well. So we want to show you guys what the finished product of this car looks like. We're gonna go out and shoot a cinematic so you can really see everything that we've done to the car over the past few videos. All right guys, so here she is, phase 1 of the CLS55 AMG build. I couldn't be happier with how this thing turned out. It's just such a huge, huge improvement over where it was when it was stock. I mean, all the carbon accents, the wheels, the front grille, everything just pulls it together. So a huge shout out to AMG Doctor and SoCal Tires. I came to these guys and I asked them, I basically said I want an OEM plus look for this car, and these guys just killed it. They came up with the whole styling, the whole idea for how this thing was gonna come out, the power increases, everything. They killed it. I couldn't be happier with how this car turned out. So both of these guys build these cars. They're like experts, they've been doing this for years. So I couldn't be more appreciative of these guys. Why don't they come on and tell you guys a little bit about what they do?
All right, so basically when Rick came to us, he had the vision of, his car was stock. He wanted it to be built up in the regards of how we do it. When we first started doing this, we were building them for ourselves. You know, we tailored them to the look we wanted, the vision we saw in our heads. And we also service customers' cars. So they saw the way we were doing these things and they're like, hey, can you do it to ours? And it just built upon from that. Now we get them, build them, and then we'll sell them, passed on to other people. They've been gone through mechanically front to back, modded to how we think they'd be modded. It still leaves a bunch on the plate for the customer to get the car, say, hey, I want to add these power mods to it now. I want to do these body mods to it now. I mean, it's an OEM plus look. It's not too over the top.
So we did a lot of work in transforming this car into what it is today. We did, of course, the carbon fiber. Right here we got the front lip looking sexy, and then we did the grill, of course. This was a one-off grill made by Mickey himself. While we were at it, we also buffed out all these headlights. They were looking foggy and yellow, so we just made everything look fresh again. We also threw in these side markers, give it that fully smoked look that matches the carbon fiber. Rick also had these wheels refinished, some DPE, looking brand new again. I love the step lip on these. All right, so moving along to one of my favorite upgrades that we did to this car are these carbon fiber side skirts. You might have seen them on some of the other models of AMGs, but on these CLSs, they're very hard to find. Cloud Sourcing is the one that made them, but they're also distributed and available on the Throtl site. So if you do have a CLS and you need any of these side skirts, make sure you hit up Throtl because it's probably the only place that you're gonna find them. As we move along to the back, of course, we have this carbon fiber trunk spoiler just to match the rest of the carbon fiber bits that we put onto the car. Polished out these exhaust tips so that it matches the rest of everything. They were looking a little bit dusty. We also did a lot of stuff under the hood, so let's go take a look at that. Under the hood, you see all this carbon fiber done by the Hydrodipped Concepts. It's just to match the rest of the carbon fiber. They don't really make these engine covers out of carbon fiber, so that's why we hit them up for the Hydrodipped. As you can see, it matches pretty well to real carbon fiber, so it's hard to tell the difference between the two. Under this carbon fiber, you can't see it right here, but we have the pulley for the supercharger that we swapped out. We went ahead and used a fixed pulley for this one, so the boost is constant. So whenever Rick wants to hit that power, he got that torque on demand. We also addressed the cooling. It's hard to see through the grill right here, but we updated and put a larger heat exchanger in here. With that smaller pulley, it creates more boost, which creates more heat, which is your engine's worst enemy when making horsepower. So by adding that, it keeps the temperatures cool for the intake temps. After we did all these engine modifications, one really important thing to do with these cars is to do the ECU tune, just to make sure all the parts are running together in synchronization like they should. Feel free to hit up the throtl page. They have all these products on their website. So if you need anything, you can purchase it through their store, and then we'll come through and upload the tune for you.
All right guys, so I hope you liked phase 1 of the CLS55 AMG build. We have a ton more stuff planned for this car. Phase 2 will be coming at you very soon. We got a bunch more engine mods, we got a ton of different body stuff we're gonna be doing, and this car is gonna be fully transformed once again. So if you wanna see more CLS stuff, please hit that subscribe button, and we'll see you in the next one.